Hi everyone, I'm Madhvi Reddy, a certified financial planner. So today's our topic is all about the debt-free companies. So while picking up a stocks, people will do the fundamental analysis. So under fundamental analysis, everyone has its own criteria to give a weightage to that. Some people will give the weightage to the price earning ratio. Some people will see EPS. Some people will see what is the promoter stake in that. Some analysts will see like what is the debt portion into that, equity portion into that. Some people will see dividend analysis and how much dividends they have declared so far. So growth aspects, EPS ratios, and their financial viability. So many aspects, and some people so everyone has its own way of giving the weightage to that particular point under fundamental analysis while picking up the stock. So in one of the aspect I am taking up to do such some analysis on that, that is called that is one of that criteria which makes company is a strong, financially strong. That is one criteria, that is zero debt company. That means there is no debts for that company. That means whatever the company is doing the business and resourcing the money and financing the company only by maybe in the way of equity. So is it really good? Is that the criteria of being zero debt is really works for the investors if we invest into these kind of companies while taking this criteria as a major important aspect to select the stock. So let's see. With this presentation, I will show you like does this really right? Uh, So in zero debt free companies are really works wonder when economies are going slow like this kind of pandemic. All the companies are struggling to get their profits back. So most of the companies are managing their margins by way of cutting through their costs, because the growth aspects are looking very low because of this economic slowdown and this pandemic. So definitely this zero debt companies really works very well on in this kind of economy slowdown, and debt plays very important role in this current situation. So in this so how many companies like really did well or in the past? Let's see. So advantages of this being zero debt companies are there would be a less chances to become bankrupt, and because there is no interest burden or fixed outgo from their margins or their funds. So that really leads good margins and good profit margins, and they will well equipped with economic slowdown or any kind of struggling times. These companies are better. They can handle the financial struggles or external or internal issues in compared to the companies which are having some debt in this in their balance sheets. So the low break-even point also becomes very easy, because the lower break-even point will be as the fixed outgo is really less when due to this less interest burden. So this we can consider as one of the strong financial indicator when that zero debt company is one of the aspect to select a company. So let's see what are the disadvantages of that. So while being having completely financed, or the business is completely on equity as a financing aspect or the resource for the company, then the lower EPS will be the, because they might, the whatever is the margins they are getting, whatever is the profits they are getting, that entirely goes to the as soon as many as shareholders. So the lower EPS, that is earnings per ratio, will be lower in this companies, because the equity shareholders are many. And the higher cost of funds also is one of the disadvantage in this particularly zero debt companies. We see where they have financed, and they're running the business more on equity as compared to the debt. So they have chosen equity to run their business, to finance their business, rather than choosing the debt. So what we can so now the question comes, if we see the returns of debt, what I have taken few companies which have given wonderful returns in 2019 as a debt free, being debt free companies like HDFC, AMC is so the list whatever I'm showing here, they are zero debt companies, and which has having some good written track record, that is HDFC, AMC, more than 100% returns they have given. ICICI Pru Life have given 48%, almost 49%. Avanti Feeds and Bata India Limited, Dr. Path Labs Limited, Whirlpool of India, Info Edge, MCX, so Indraprastha Gas Limited. So I have taken some companies from different sectors who are completely debt free, and has given exceptional returns in 2019. Let's see this slide. Being the debt free company, they have not given good results, good returns. That means in 2019, I have taken the record of a few stocks. Even being debt free, they couldn't able to give the best performance in showing the returns and the growth. So they are called, there are some companies I have taken as an example, that is Care Rating Limited has given negative of 34%, and Exide Industries Limited, being debt free, has not given good returns, and Lakshmi Machine Works have not given, they have given negative returns of 42%, and Tejas Network has given 54% negative returns. VMart Retail Limited has given negative returns of 36%, and NSE has given a negative return of 33%. So these are all few companies randomly I have picked up. Being zero debt companies also, they couldn't able to post the good results or good growth and good returns in 2019. So then what would be the like conclusion about this while choosing to invest any stock on the criteria of being zero debt company? Is it good or not? So as I wanted to conclude you, so it is not the one criteria that should that we cannot give you, now being zero debt companies can give you a better and extraordinary return. So we cannot say like that, but the balance between the being zero debt companies and having good ROE definitely could be a very good choice for picking up the stock. So don't go for those companies on just basis they are debt free. See the combination, see the balance. Being a debt free company and giving the ROE is a best option. Even having a debts, if the company is managing the debts efficiently and giving better returns, is also a good option. So when you are choosing debt free companies, you wanted to, because the chances of being bankrupt is very less, and these kind of situations when there is economic shocks and lower economic slowdown and all these things are there. So in that case, you wanted to really so specific about choosing a debt free company, then please having the along with being debt free company, choose a company which is having a very good ROE. So I will show that list also. So this is the list of the companies where I have picked up a few stocks. Being debt free companies, they have got very good ROE also. So these are the list of the companies and the ROEs, and all are debt free companies. The list of companies which you are seeing here in this slide is almost all completely debt free companies. Along with that ROE also, I have posted, that is Bajaj Finservice, with being debt free company, has posted almost 20% ROE, return on equity, and that means their growth are doing, they are doing very well. And SBI Life, having being debt free companies, given 18.81%, and ACC almost for 12%, and PNG it has given 49.96%. HDFC AMC has given returns 34.96% returns, and HUL has given 85.62% returns, and Whirlpool has given 20.65% returns, and HDFC Life has given 24.7%. So my conclusion is, while you are going to be selective on the criteria of debt free company, add one more thing, like being debt free, their ROE also is really good, then that is a good striking balance, and please go for it, those companies, while picking a stock for the investment in your portfolio. So I hope this video will definitely help you in understanding on this aspect of fundamental analysis on picking up the stocks on the basis of zero debt companies. Thank you so